I'm so tired. I'm so bloody tired. I don't even use proper animation software. Why do you watch me? I've been making episode 6 for the past 2 months. Please leave my family alone. This special JPEG goes out to the angry and impatient viewer. Alright, let's answer some questions. Writing the script is the most important and the most recurring part of the creation process. I could be halfway through animating before I realize, oh, hey, that'll actually be really good. Then I just write it in. Inspiration comes out of nowhere, usually when I'm walking or trying to sleep. But I try my best to make sure there's consistency and meaning to the events that take place in the story. In the episode I'm currently working on, I've been advised to make sure each line of dialogue has a purpose in the story, even if it's just a joke. Make something you're proud of, enough to keep working on it, no matter how long it takes. This is a little embarrassing, but I use GIMP and Sony Vegas Pro 13. I draw out models, assets, and backgrounds, and I paste them together to make each frame. Sometimes I have to draw frame by frame for special scenes, but most of them are pre-drawn. Then I throw the PNGs into Sony Vegas and time it to the audio. It's really unorthodox and really tedious, but I don't currently feel like dedicating time to learning a new program just yet. As it turns out, the SCP content creators on YouTube are mostly readers, which means they usually have nice voices and microphones. So I thought it'd be nice to get as many as I can. Designating who does what voice is totally up to how I write the character though. And the larger I get, the more people I meet, so more opportunities for voice actors. There are a lot, but they're usually lines of dialogue or bits of animation. I'll show some on screen now. I think aesthetic taste is something that can only be refined through new experiences. With Confinement, for instance, I try to harness the feeling I get when I enter a sad, minimalist building. A simple design with muted colors and non-specific music sets the tone for the time-locked lifestyle of an inmate. But it also helps make big events look bigger and more exciting. Little things like lighting can really help set the mood too, whether it be cold, calm, terrifying, or mysterious. As much as I complain about the impatient fans, I think my followers and subscribers are a lot more tame and considerate than many fanbases I see. Plenty of them acknowledge this craft takes a while and respect that I'm trying to improve and work harder for each episode. For that, I thank you. However, please stop asking me if X is going to happen or going to appear in any future episode. I already have the entire season planned out, so I won't spoil it either way. I'd say finally uploading it. It feels great to be proud of my work, enough to release it to the public at least. Reading praise and criticism so I can improve and ultimately become a better artist. And because of that, the episodes I'm most proud of are always the ones that I'm currently working on. Oh, there are a few. I've always wanted to have SCP-1265. I've got big plans, but not big enough for this one. When I was still making Bung Chronicles, I decided I wanted to work on a mini animation inspired by many things, but most notably Welcome to Night Vale. I wanted something horror-themed but light-hearted, that teased a greater, scary universe but not in a nihilistic way. And that idea bled into a series with 7 fully animated videos and still going. I'm planning on making 10 episodes altogether for this season. And if I still feel like it, maybe a second season. I'd say it's always story-driven, in that there is a purpose for the events that take place in relation to our main character. I just use the comedy to prevent the story from getting stupidly dark and needlessly nihilistic. As with Connor's immortality, in episode 1 it is revealed that Connor faces no threat from Ferdinand, intentionally, so that Connor's insecurities can be introduced to the audience, his fear of being compared to a monster. In episode 2, the primary risk for Connor is that he would be stuck as a log. It's not that big a deal, but the events that take place highlight the idea of permanence and conflict between being uprooted or being taken care of. In episode 3, Connor has to face the risk of being neurologically piloted by a jealous robot. Seeing as he can't die, you can imagine how nightmarish that would be. The episode establishes Connor's discomfort around other people, the robot being the most extreme example possible. But this experience actually helps Connor open up and make a new friend. Also, this wasn't intentional, but Connor and Natalie asked each other out between episodes 3 and 4 because of that therapy rescheduling. Okay, bye. In episode 4, there is no danger of health and well-being. It's more of an emotional one. In this episode, Connor opens up to Natalie about his abandonment issues because of his mother. Then shortly after, meets an SCP who has the exact same backstory. Thinking that they could be friends, she vanishes in pursuit of closure, leaving Connor alone to wonder if he could ever be so lucky. In episode 5, the threat is simply that Connor would be a silver person in some makeshift slum for the rest of his existence. But this measly and pathetic threat is quickly denied by something potentially more dangerous for everyone, including Connor. But I can't say anymore. Good question. Natalie is our assertive window into Connor's world. Otherwise, he'd be even more boring and quiet than he is now. There is a dynamic about the two that challenges Connor's insecurities from episode 1. And based on the last episode, that dynamic might be shifting slightly. As for the ethics committee, you'll just have to wait. I wanted Ferdinand to remind me of many elderly people in my life who talk more than they listen, making them a bit charming but also a bit intimidating. Other than that, Dr. Wilson and Lou the Swordsman are definitely based on a lot of people I know, aside from being a direct visual ripoff of Mr. Stutch from South Park. My art style takes heavy inspiration from shows like Super Science Friends and The Regular Show. I don't know.